A few moments later.
Work is done. All enemy teams eliminated.
FBI, open up!
Southwest.
Gas is
Hey,
closing.
quality.
Get to the new safe zone.
Yeah, buddy.
Oh, he hit me.
FBI, open up!
That's right. Call of Duty and The Division and games like it are not to be enjoyed via escapism. They are supposed to be and should be bringing dire real-world consequences to every single gamer that plays them, or bringing them to mind, I should say. That's exactly what this idiotic PC Gamer article is postulating. It's been written and rewritten for the millionth time by morons who undoubtedly have their own personal Twitter feeds full of far left-wing politics. But let's take a look and laugh. The fiction of modern military games is now practically indistinguishable from reality. What? What? I think when I'm playing the Division, I'm always constantly thinking about this is exactly like what's happening out in the real world. That's why a lot of people play video games too, is to just get more of the real world consumed by, you know, when instead of saying they're relaxing or using escapism. That's a lie. Most people are actually logging into Call of Duty or playing Warzone because that's the real world. Now, by the way, if you haven't yet, there's a red subscribe button down below this video. YouTube is definitely doing something wonky with my channel and has ever since really January. But if you're not subscribed yet, still about 40% of people are not subscribed who watch my videos. So I hope that today will be the day earn your subscription. So games like Warzone, Call of Duty Modern Warfare, Escape from Tarkov, these games are all just making very pointed political statements. Now, the way that these weasels write these articles is simple. They make a statement like this, and it's not really something that is to be disproved because it's something of your own personal take. Could I log into Modern Warfare and think to myself, man, this is going to be like what Inauguration Day is like? I suppose, if that's what I want out of my video game, but it isn't inherently making a message. And really what this is a lot of these, how do you say, journos who wish they were writing about politics but have to write about video games. This is how they view life. You can look at the idea that everything is political is itself just a worldview, one I suspect most people don't share. This article spends so much time defining what is ridiculous and rolling eyes. It feels a bit more like a college student's scred than any serious reflection. I mean, if you never play the Division 2, go play it. You'll trip out about how well, I won't say that. I don't want to get this video, you know, it goes back to the original interview about the Division. Wait a minute, it's in DC? Yes. Your central character here on the key art has an American flag bandana tied to their backpack. That's correct. This is not a political statement? Absolutely not. Taking up arms against a corrupt government is not a political statement. No, it's not a political statement. No, we are absolutely here to explore a new city. You have a grin on your face. I mean, it's ultimately how these things go. Like, the game journalists are so thirsty to get, you know, politics. Military games can't pretend they're apolitical anymore. These games have always been political. But after the attack on the U.S. Capitol, it's going to be a lot harder for them to pretend otherwise. I'm going to guess that, who wrote this? Wes Fenlon. 5 Internet Bucks says that their timeline is full of left-wing politics. Actually, how about this? If I'm right, you have to subscribe today. Red button down below if you're not already subscribed. If I'm wrong, 1 week off of asking people to subscribe. So until January 23rd. Wes Fenlon. Here's his Twitter. Okay, you're retweeting Jack. Nah, this is great and naive failure of the tech industry. Building powerful things without predicting how they'll be used. Making billions, then again, letting the worst actors do great harm. Okay, this is looking good for me. This is looking good for me. Okay, okay, Demon Souls picture? That's odd, okay. A random GIF. Why is AOC calling on Ted Cruz to resign when she should be demanding he yeet himself into the sun? I win? Oh, do you like the mountain goats too? That's depressing. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Little Georgia history. You'll see Confederate flags among the Capitol mob today. Looks like I win. Looks like I win. These people are all obsessed with modern politics, and ultimately that's what they really want to write about. Imagine releasing a game right now about doing things on the streets of Washington and then saying with a straight face that the backdrop of America's Capitol is just a fun setting to play around with in a video game. Imagine ending that game trailer in 2021 with the line, "So game plan, take the Capitol back," as a paramilitary squad geared up with tactical vests. We all know exactly what the real... Oh my God, seriously? That's what this whole article is about? This is about the Capitol. And what you really wanted to write, this is exactly how all these low IQ lemmings think. They don't think we see this. What he really wanted to write about was politics. So he just writes his political article and then he's like, yeah, but Tom Clancy. It's ludicrous to call any game with Tom Clancy name on it apolitical. The guy's novels actually influenced President Reagan's policy in the 80s. If you read a Tom Clancy book or learn anything about his views, it's not hard to roll your eyes when Ubisoft CEO Yves Guillermo says games like The Division 2 are politically impartial and meant to make people think. The same goes for Call of Duty, repurposing real historical events and insisting the game doesn't have a particular point of view. It doesn't. When I'm playing Call of Duty Cold War, am I thinking to myself, boy, what is this game teaching me? No, I'm thinking about when are they going to nerf the DMR and is the AMAX the new DMR? That's what people who are playing the game think. They're not playing the game to ask themselves complex political questions. That's for weirdos like you, a game journalist. Call of Duty will probably continue to do things like trot out strangely detailed corpse of Ronald Reagan for marketing material, but the events of 2021, a mere 14 days in, may finally force game developers to reckon with their facsimiles of the present day, only because the events occurred closer to them. Nah, they won't. Nah, they won't. They don't want to, and they shouldn't. Games are for fiction. Games are for escapism. And whatever similarities they may have. And look, by the way, what this ultimately is if the video game is making a political statement, what you're really mad about is it's not the right one. Or that they won't tell you, they won't admit it. That's what that whole cringe interview with the Division CEO, or the CEO of Ubisoft back when the Division 2 came out, remember that? They were like, but sir, it's political. Please, won't you say it's political? Why? Just play the game. Certainly, there's plenty of room for these indie developers to produce their games that outright say they're pushing a certain political agenda, and that appeals to some people. But if you want mass appeal, you can't take a hardline stance on any one thing. It's just not good business. And the idea that, when I played The Division 2, by the way, I may refire that up now that it's had many patches. I still have a lot of fun playing that. The immersion's pretty good, and it looks great on my computer. But at no point did I think about, man, this is just like real days. What these weirdos can't stop obsessing about politics, so they then look for it in all of their video games. Are there some inherent political conversations that can be had around just about any video game? Sure. But all that really does is raise your hand as somebody who just wants to talk about politics. So stop bringing video games into it and just talk about your boring ass politics on your Twitter account to your echo chamber of fellow blue check marks and let gamers enjoy the game. Because I'd be shocked if more than 0.1% of people playing Warzone right now think it's any kind of comparison to modern day politics. Hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.